This is my Q Honey Badger 5.56, and this is what I run in most of my competitions, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'll talk about the setup, the handling, and how I actually run this gun. I bring this to most matches because of one thing, and that's the weight and how small this weapon is and easy to maneuver. Quick baseline about this gun. Q originated the 300 Blackout. They made a 5.56 version, and I chose the 5.56 version for competition simply because of ammo cost. We're running a lot of ammo, shooting a lot. I do shoot a lot of 223 out of this. I noticed the gun can be a little temperamental sometimes on the 223. I just bought a shitload of it, so I'm gonna try to run through that and then get back on the 5.56. I think the gun runs better when I'm shooting the 5.56. The mag release, I upgraded it to the bigger one. Honestly, guys, I'm not a fan of the G-Sling. However, I do like the Miami one, so if you have the Miami G-Sling, hit me up, because I do want that. It looks cool. In competition, I noticed the G-Sling, it just kind of rotates. It's moving around too much. I can't get it tight on me. I have a modified sling that I made that works a little better. If you guys know a better sling, I want it tight and something I can maneuver easy, let me know in comment below. I love the Cloud Defense light that I have on the top. It's just a touchpad, no wires. It just keeps everything super clean. So just touch it and go. On my Q, I have the short barreled extended stock, very durable, very strong. So I like this over the pistol one. It just looks cleaner. The pistol stock is cool. The gun is cheaper, but I wanted the original. I just like the look of this better. The trigger is the Q trigger, the literally best trigger ever made. I believe it's a single stage trigger, about 3.5 to 4.5 pounds. Awesome trigger. Red holographic sight and the Castle Mounts riser. This is my Striker Industries front grip. I love the ergonomics of this, but here's what really matters in a match. What matters in a match is the reliability of the gun. After lots of research on YouTube, I came upon the Q Honey Badger, which I didn't even know about this brand. I realized it was a very lightweight, cutting edge gun as far as the way they built it. It's got newer technology, just a new take on the AR-15 platform. Again, super accurate. The barrel, all the components and parts of this gun are very reliable, functional, and tested under high pressure and high stress. I went with it. Also the aesthetics, I think the gun looks badass as far as the colors. In a match, you don't want to be worrying about your equipment. So sometimes if you're Frankensteining a gun with not the proper parts, you'll have a lot of issues very quickly. I've been in many competitions where the guys literally, they get up to the line and their gun just takes a shit. I noticed that when I put the can on it, the Trash Panda by Q, I love how you can just thread the can right on. So in competition, this makes the gun, to me, a little bit more accurate as well, because you got a little bit more length now. And so you just bolt that on and that's ready. Second reason I love this gun is the form factor. I wanted an SBR in competition, but it had to be an accurate SBR. So again, adding the can to it gave me that extra length that I needed for competition. But you will see a lot of guys with longer guns in competition, which is good. I'm learning for the tactical games, I do want to get a longer gun with a different optic. The longer guns are great and accurate, but depending how far you're shooting as well. So for this, being super accurate as an SBR, in most competitions you're at about 100 yards. This is perfect and super accurate. But the form factor of this gun, as far as like maneuverability and what you're doing and getting in and out of situations, is quick, it's fast, instead of having a big gun. Sometimes I've been in a 2-gun event where I have my sling and I can't get the gun around fast enough, so now it's sitting here. And even like this, it's kind of hitting my knees. And if the suppressor is hot, this thing will burn you fast. This thing gets super, super hot. You want to get this thing out of the way quick. So any kind of length that you can shave off while you're running and gunning is what you want. So sometimes, again, the longer gun, imagine this long gun with the suppressor, you got more weight and more metal to move around. Disadvantage of the short barrel is not having enough rail. So when you're on those barricades, you know, that's not good. That's not good. You know, I don't have enough room. That's not good. So you really want that rail to be on the barricade to then get a nice clean shot. So that's probably the only downside on that. Another reason for the high riser, when you're shooting, it's right here. You're not doing this. You're not doing this anymore. Because I used to always shoot like this with my elbow out. I thought that's how I learned as a kid, you know? You're supposed to shoot like this. You know, you got your neck like that. Look at that. That's horrible. This needs to be up high, elbow down to the safeties, and then this is right on your eye. So then you're moving through a building like this. So let's talk about reloads. Got your mags here when you're going. The gun is obviously empty. Magazine is empty, but so boom, hit the bolt, pop, and you want to charge it when you don't need to. If your bolt is open, you just hit the bolt and it'll rack the first bullet in there, you're ready to go. You drop the mag, right? Let's say in competition, when I started, you always think you got to take your mag, put it back in your pocket and all that because it's your equipment. But you realize very quickly, or like in Hollywood too, you'll see it in the movies, how they always just drop guns and they just grab another gun and they keep moving forward. That makes sense because in a real life scenario, you're not keeping your equipment, you're just keeping your gun, and you need more magazines and more bullets. So you'll see in competition, sometimes we'll just drop the mag and we keep running. And we just grab another one, reload it, and ready to go. Pushing this one and it's not dropping. Don't ruin time on the clock. So just rip it out, toss it, grab another one. And boom, keep going. You're not worried about your stuff. You just get the next mag. That's why it's all about your rig and your loadout. So usually you want to try to carry as many mags and as much ammo as you can in a real life situation because you don't have time to reload mags, right? You got to just use them and then keep going, or grab the dead guy's mag and keep going. Quick tip in competition, stay as light as you can. If you don't need the can, take it off. If you don't need the light, take it off. You really just need your optic and a good accurate gun. You don't need all this stuff, especially if it's for a competition. It's just extra weight. So be mobile. There you're trying to win the match and get good scores, good accuracy and good speed. Get the shot. Don't worry about running so fast. Sometimes I'm a lot faster than the other guys, but I'm definitely not as accurate. There's guys that are way more accurate and then they end up smoking me because I'm moving too fast and I'm getting that Charlie or that Delta and they got the Alpha because they're moving slow, but they took their time and they hit it. So in a match, it's about accuracy. I like to train personally in a more real life scenario. So I like to wear this stuff. I like to add extra weight. I like to do different things that are more tactical, more military, more if I really got to go in and save somebody or handle some shit that I can carry the weight, that I'm strong. I train a little differently. Sometimes I will wear my vest. I keep my light on. I put my suppressor on. Everything how I would have it set up in my home to defend. And if some shit went down, how I'm gonna actually carry my equipment. So again, practice for what your intention is and what you're trying to do. Different matches are for different things as well. There's steel challenge, which is just fun, pulling the steel and ding, 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 ding. That's just speed. 2-gun, 3-gun matches, rifle matches, long distance rifle matches. It's fun. Just get into the sport. It's an awesome sport. I think you'll love it. It's a good stress release. It really builds your confidence and your ability to perform under stress, under fear, and under loud noise, competition, people watching you, all that kind of stuff plays in too. So I think it does roll into life scenarios as well of how you carry and how you think. Bullets. Always make sure you have enough bullets, but don't overload your mag. I've noticed that when you notice that, the mag in the competition, I've had too many bullets in there and I go to rack it, it doesn't want to go. So boom, I just lost time. Quick pointers, make sure your red light's on. There's been many times I get up there and I go up and I didn't turn on my light. Also that I didn't turn it off and I have it on for days. I'm gonna show how to come around a room. So you don't know, your enemy could be right here. He could be, or he could be over there, you don't know. So you don't want to be all tight like this with your gun coming around and get blasted. You actually want to be back more. So you have your gun up, ready, and then you're gonna sweep the room wider. So as soon as I see that guy, bop, I'm taking him out. Safety, bop, I'm taking him out. Boom, taking him out. Now if I'm here, I can't do that. What do I do? I just got shot. It's hard for me to, oh shit, the guy's right there. That's it on the Q Honey Badger, guys. Sick ass gun, I love it. I thought this was gonna be my one and only competition gun, but now that I'm looking at tactical games, I'm looking at some long rifle stuff. I'm realizing I need now a long barrel one. I'm looking at the Noveski. Want a Gen 12, the 12 gauge shotgun just looks sick, but I definitely want a few other options now. Do need a different tool for what you're doing. It's good to have options, right? All right, guys, thank you for watching. This is why I run my Q Honey Badger 5.56. If you liked it, stay tuned in Guns in Life. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.